Hello everyone. Yeah, so got this thing. It's pretty cool. I have not done any solves yet today, so don't expect very much right now. But hopefully I'll start getting some good stuff in a bit. Oh, God. Okay. Hello everyone. Ignore my times for now. I'm just bad. It is actually very controllable. It's it's one of the fastest clocks I've ever used. But at the same time, it also clicks and responds really well for me, so I don't have problems controlling it. It's just that I did zero solves before the stream, so that is probably not a good idea. It is 100% better than Magnetic Wing Owl. I'd say it's the best clock on the market. Worth the price? That's for you to decide. Well, first of all, my Rubik's is not awful, and you know that, but yes, it is my current main. Yes, this is the clock B. It is magnetic. It'll be available in like a week, I think. They're still fixing some things. There are a couple of issues with that needed to be taken care of. But once they take care of those and then ship out the pre-order batch, then they'll start being available. Do the magnets fall off? No, I don't think so. Also, if I have not made it clear, uh, if you just tell me to do things blindfolded, fuck you. That's not cool. Um, is the clock bigger than the wing owl? A little bit, but it's not. See, the way that it's bigger is that it has this outer casing, that it's got all of these flat edges, but inside is like the normal clock size. Um, And yeah, the clicks are really well defined. They're not strong per se, but they're really, really consistent, which is really nice. This clock is my main. Is it viable to plan the whole first face and solve without flipping? Yeah, there have been techniques for that have been floating around for a few years, but it hasn't really taken off because it's so inconsistent as far as like turning accuracy. I'm with this clock. I might actually like try it a bit because my turning accuracy, like theoretically, is much better on this clock. It's just not right now because I'm not warmed up. Oh, I should probably. 1 second. Yeah, okay. 12 o'clock is obvious. It's marked in red. I don't know how. I don't know if I'm even framing this right, but it's in red. Yeah, there are a couple of issues with this clock, but not none relate to the actual performance of the puzzle. Um, but Chris is just fixing those. He needed to make a couple. He just needed to make a couple of changes to like the mold of the shell, and then one other thing. But hey Chris, and is it basically a super modified Ligow? Yeah, kinda. It's it's much more than what people typically think of as a mod because most parts have been because like the vast majority of the parts have been like replaced or modified in some way. Is it worth the $75? I will repeat, it is completely up to you whether that is worth $75. Um, how expensive will it be? It's 75 bucks. Uh, yeah, it's not too bad today. Um, yeah, it's uh, why is the clock so expensive? R&D is there was a lot of R&D that had to go into this. Cubicle basically had no had, had didn't really have a starting point. Um, and had to just build it from the ground up. That is a lot of work. Um, it's so bad. Do I use a method for clock? Well, I sure hope I do. Is it good? Yes, it is the clock B, as I mentioned before. Am I going to MCC Alpha? Yes. What clock did I use before? Uh, my previous mains were non-magnetic Rubik's, which I used probably the most frequently, and also this magnetic now from Josh from the Corner Cutter podcast. Will this drop in price? I mean, like maybe a future version if it actually sells really well and stuff like that. But I would say that it right now there's a reason that it's 75 bucks, and that's not going to change for a little bit at the very least. So yeah. Yeah, clock scrambling is definitely going to be really nice with this puzzle because it's just so consistent in so many regards. Biggest differences from the Lingao and Angstrom. The Lingao has this really weird plastic feel that I don't like at all. I didn't even notice that it was like a weird feel until I tried this puzzle, but this is just so buttery smooth. Um, yeah, it's and there's just no comparison with like how nice this is to turn. Um, I'd say that's probably the biggest difference. Yeah, the prototype batch was kind of small for pretty like logical reasons. So I think it sold out in like a couple of hours. Going to Princeton Winter 2020. Yes, I am going to that comp. See you there. Magnet strength on the pins is really nice, actually. Um, so it's strong enough that if I drop it at an angle like this, the pins actually stayed, like the pins didn't go through. Like I'll just pick it up, pins are still down, which is kind of crazy. But at the same time, like it doesn't take much effort to just push them through. I think the reason for that is because this outer shell gives it so much extra height. Um, I just thought that was kind of funny. Um, will I get 4-line world record at Princeton Winter 2020, please? Unfortunately, world records are set by the corporate office, so you'll need to contact the WCA board to see if they can push up my next world record, which is currently scheduled for, I think, like April. Uh, Ask them if they can push that up to February, because in case you didn't know, world records are fixed. The WCA board controls exactly when and who people get, when and who world records happen by, from, yeah. Uh, Clock is the hardest event, but with this clock, I'd say that it's much closer to that not being the case. Can't say for sure though. Oh yeah, Lucas Garrett is probably the person who could take care of that the most effectively. noise comparison between Angstrom and Lingao. Okay, I'll just do like one solve on this and one solve on this to kind of give you a comparison of the sound. It's probably not very accurate because my mic is sort of bad. Okay. This is so weird. So yeah, overall, I feel like this is quieter, but makes like a more harsh sound. That's my general take on this. It's not that oh yeah, I don't want you to know what I average. I mean, yeah, I just delete sessions like every day and stuff like that. Are there common triggers people use to drill certain finger tricks? I there's there's one thing that I do, but I don't know if anybody else does it. In Kit Clement's like how to get fast video, he described some turning exercises that he did, and I think they're actually very helpful. So I do them as well. Um, I'll demonstrate what that entails after this solve. So yeah, essentially uh, from each pin position. So like you'll do this with UL pin first. You'll just do a bunch of 1 turns, and then a bunch of 2 turns, and so on, and then just do that with each pin. How confident am I that I know what I average on events? I'd say I rate it like, I'd say I'm like 9 out of 17 confident that I know what I average. Have I ever gotten a 6 out of 3 blind scramble? No, I have not. What's my clock PB? To my knowledge, my PB single is 1439. Or no, wait, I got a 986 the other day, actually. I use thumbs for bottom dials. I don't think it's too bad. I think I'm going to experiment with more Z turns and stuff though. Um, Yeah, unfortunately, solves are. I don't have a great way to get like an over-the-shoulder angle. Oh yeah, the Lingout 986. That's what I'm talking about. So with this clock, Chris also sent me a stock Lingout, so I could like compare like what happened to this clock. Yeah, with this stream, I'm just kind of letting the mods handle all of the stuff. Uh, are cracked slash scratched clocks illegal? I mean, it really depends on your delegate and also how cracked slash scratched they are. Like, as long as you can see everything, I'd say that it's completely all right. Yeah, the thing with Z though that I like is that you can like force it to flow in some cases. I feel like at the very least I could utilize it in a couple of lucky cases that I've had it. Yeah, it's based on how cracked slash scratched your delegate is. Um, I've come across some delegates who are like very, very scuffed from certain experiences, and they have not been very willing to allow my clocks. Am I coming to Southern Champs again? Depends on when and where it is. It's a definite maybe though. But actually, I don't know if it's announced yet. Uh, doesn't look like it. Best clock loop, in my opinion. Tracked is 50K. That's unfortunate. I would say that the Lingao does not have very good quality control, and that's kind of a big problem. Thankfully, Chris replaces the faces on this thing with like very scratch resistant plastic. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm a lefty clock solver, so I'm better with DL stuff, but I can do it just fine. Um, who's the best at clock? Yunhao Low by far. What's my worst event? Probably Mega. Am I watching Cuba Rhythms? No. I don't know where that's coming from. How do you get good at clock? You practice. How to be bad. How do you stop hating clock? Do some solves. Especially with this thing. These are pretty good. Do my headphones help me get better times? Yes. What was my first insane demon? I'm going to go check. Let's see. I don't actually remember off the top of my head. I don't remember what Windy Landscape. I forgot that was an insane. It shouldn't be at all. My time improvement has been 0 because I haven't practiced. The clock is worth it. Like if it's more like, is it worth it to you? Like like objectively improved clock is going to be worth $75 to some people, and it's not for others. Bye, partner. What events do I practice the most? Currently, 4-blind and Scube. Ooh, congrats, straight. I've never been a huge fan of orb stuff, so I just kind of stayed away from that level. I might try it sometime, though. Clunk, good. Facts. Thank you, road to 1,000 subscribers without videos. Can I come to Scranton Scramble? Isn't that in like a week? Yeah, no. Why did I stop streaming on Twitch? Because I got like 3 viewers. It's more fun when there are people chatting. Starting side depending on the scramble. Yeah, I know Twitch is better than YouTube. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not about that just chatting life. Uh, I mean, Nightbot also exists on YouTube. It's not exclusively a Twitch thing. For speedrunning, though, I'm thinking about switching back to Twitch. And I think I'm like a 3. I was stupid and I didn't get a good time. Is it worth it? It is completely up to you whether or not it is worth it for you. I've said it like 7 times and I'll say it again. What is my name for 3 blind? It is a way long WR. You will see in the description of every 3 blind video I make. Ooh, is there a contest for this or something? I never heard about this. I don't know how. When did I start cubing? April 6th, 2016. Oh, I see. Okay. hexanes that good? Ooh. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to start using that then. I've been using mineral spirits for the last year or something. Alright, it seems like most of the questions about the clock have died down, so I might like start to wrap it up in a few minutes or something, unless y'all want to switch to a Geometry Dash stream. Okay, Geometry Dash it is. I will switch to Geometry Dash at 3 p.m. my time, which is in 13 minutes. So, any questions about the clock? Now is the time. For Geometry Dash, though, I'm probably going to just like start up another stream so that I can attract like Geometry Dash viewers, rather than like switching directly from this stream. By NovaCuber, but I'll still just like stream right here. Yeah, so if you're all going to get a second notification, you can just hop on. If you two are Umish, do you want to come to my place? Sure. I guess so. Sorry, that was my notification. Disregard that. I mean, I'm not going to, but you should. Oh, that was a really good 4, actually. That was also my notification. really bad for. I love contrast. It's a very different feeling to a ling out, in my opinion. Now, when I use a ling out, like the plastic feels like weird and awful. Can I get a profile picture? I just did. Or wait, you mean for YouTube? I got a WCA profile picture. How difficult is it to open the clock? I currently don't have the tools to open it, which is probably a bad thing. But essentially, what we need to do is get like a thin metal rod and like hammer it through these little like light dots here. These are rods that go through the entire puzzle, and you just like hammer it down, and it opens. Oh, Subnar, nice. Didn't even notice. Ooh, sub 5. Let's go. What are all of these Hangouts notifications? Let's see. Oh, that is on my current monitor, so I'm going to just open a new tab. It is not the hour chat. Or where there you go. Hello, Jandel. Rip. Okay, now I get to roll a 5-4 though, which is not hard. It's not easy, but it's not hard. Nice. Nice. Ah. Yeah, this clock is amazing. It was an immediate switch for me. Oh, that com's really good. That is a really good album. It's completely regripless. Yeah. Oh wait, no, this is for I wouldn't recommend it just because the case has a nice alg already. I thought it was a different case. But it's not a bad alg at all. This is still a prototype. But in terms of performance, this is like the final product, and I can confidently say that this is like completely worth getting if you have like the resources and actually care about clock. Okay, the Geometry Dash stream may be postponed for like not for any like reasonable amount of not for any large amount of time, but just like a little bit because I wanna keep rolling this out until it's like actually bad again. Oh, I thought it might have been something like this case. Fuck, what is this? LUF BDR or something like that. I wasn't really thinking, how much better is this over a regular clock? It's much better than anything you can currently get, but it's not like completely game changing. Do I use a fixed pin order? Yes, barring lucky cases. Uh, Damn it. No, I accidentally set it to like a high latency stream. Sorry, Graham. My next comp is Princeton Winter, unless MCC Alpha's before that. Okay, yeah, it's Princeton Winter. Anyway, I think I kind of like tapped all of the potential of this session so far. So I'm going to, I think I'll call it a day for clock here. So I'll see you in like, compared to, I'd say like the Baron Wong clocks are the only things that could really compare to this. But I think on those, the pins are way too sensitive. Favorite change on the Angstrom clock, the plastic feel. It feels like a puzzle. Like the layout now has a noticeably like scratchy and awful feel. But this actually feels like buttery. It's not like super buttery because you got the clicks every like every 30 degrees. But it's crazy good. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to sign off for like 3 minutes while I set up my Geometry Dash stream, so I'll see some of you back here in just a little bit. So yeah, bye everyone.